Hello, everybody.
School.
Hi.
Hello.
Goblins of all shapes and sizes. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to do something really theatric because this is the roots are deep. You know, goblins, orcs. You guys see the little green dude trying to get in on the podcast at the top through the slats on the roof. He's really interested in being here. That's Grandfather's spirit, actually. Just so you guys know, he's trying to be here in spirit. Just slowly drooping down in. And there's Baby Yoda there. Yeah, and Baby Yoda's also here. He's got some very strong thoughts on drama. Speaking of, so that is what this podcast is about, guys. This is called the Roots Roundtable, and it's a space where members of the Roots Are Deep community can come together and discuss issues in content creation and in streaming. Our objective is not necessarily to come to any conclusions. This is not meant to be a closure of the close of a conversation. It's meant to be opening a conversation, right? I had a teacher in my second grad program, my German thesis advisor. We took a class on defining violence, and she told us, we got to the end, and she's like, so can you guys tell me what violence is? And we all were like, no, not really. And she's like, good, I did my job right? Because the idea is just to get us to think. By the way, I still don't know how I would define violence. But we're going to start off in several ways. I'm going to give a general example or a story of drama, and then we're going to go around and define what drama means to each and every one of us, because I want us to have each of us to show openly our starting positions. How are we defining the term? How are we looking at the concept? And then we'll talk about some examples and some more specific questions in the late game. I normally don't encourage this, but I do encourage people to voice I say I normally don't. I'm always scared of comments on the internet. But given the nature of this podcast is discussion, I feel like it would be wrong of me to say don't comment. So if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts that you want to share, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll try to compile them. Dangerous work. I'll try to compile them, and maybe we'll discuss them at the beginning of the next podcast and then move into the next topic. That might be an interesting thing to do. That way we can cover ground with people in the wider community. So to introduce everybody, my name is Prof. Amezi. To my left, or it might be your right, people who are watching. It's to my right.
Fuck, left.
Fuck, he's right there. This guy, okay? His name is Father Eldritch. Next to him is Nufna, or as I like to call her, Nufnahi.
Fuck you.
Nufnahi.
Bless you. Yeah, I'm calling it drama.
Drama.
Shove a
Drama's
card
already
into
beginning.
Fuck on.
I think you guys could hear that thunder. I apologize. I have a massive thunderstorm where I am.
Ooh.
And
See, karma.
See karma, yeah. Then there's Graham Muff-Tarkin and
Hello.
Maverick TV, last but not least. Those beautiful people on the end. So drama comes in the form of, so to give like an expository story at the very beginning, drama comes in a number of places. I think drama is just kind of one of those things, and I don't want to get too much into my definition just yet. That comes later. But to kind of give an idea starting off, drama comes in many forms, and it's always the nature of social interactions, I think, to have some drama. An example of drama for me, probably one of the most heart-wrenching ones, was during my time streaming full-time. There was an incident in-game with two other streamers. And Hunt has several moral gray areas when dealing with other people. One of them is insta-burning. It's taboo to insta-burn someone you know, right? It's considered to be a slap in the face, especially if you know it's them. And then it's taboo to team up. Like, in general, people seem to be confused on teaming up, right? It's Hunt's TOS, Terms of Service, allows it, but people still get angry when it's done to them, and they still do it without any problem. So it's one of those really weird moral gray areas. Well, one day I was playing with a friend of mine, and we met up with a third streamer that I know. He was running solo, and we were like, "Screw it, let's go get the other bounty," and we did. And halfway there, I saw who picked it up. They were two other streamers that I knew in the community, and it didn't dawn on me that I shouldn't team against these people. It just didn't dawn on me thoughtfully, and I did it anyway. And afterward, I went to go talk in their channel and be like, GG, you guys fought really well, etc. And the first thing I hear when I go in is, if you play like that, fuck you. It's hard to have some kind of social discourse when the starting position of your opponent is fuck you, right? And it was on stream, and one of my mods stayed in his channel, and apparently he cussed me out for 30 minutes after that. Like, he was really pissed off with me. Now, in his defense, I do understand his anger. I would have probably been angry too. My issue, and see, maybe this is where we'll start to hint at where the nature of drama is, right? It's not whether or not he had a grievance, it's how he dealt with it. He put it on stream for, 3 minutes of like complaining and bitching about another person because you had a bad interaction with them. That's a reaction. I get it. 30 minutes, that's a choice. That's like 10 choices, because 3 minutes reinvented every time. So that's my take. But I'm going to kick it over to Maverick. Maverick, how do you see this concept of drama?
Well, there are so many different versions of drama. Like, you have your version of the streamer versus the streamer.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the streamer versus the player. You can have just regular people that you don't even know in game that you are streaming, and you can hear their conversation in game. Mm-hmm. So just in general, there's just so many different versions of drama, but the one that I always see the most, just because I'm the biggest level of streaming, is the occasional player that doesn't like what you did in game, or thinks what you did is some stupid thing that should never happen. Mm-hmm. Carrying a dolch, burning, throwing a grenade in an area where you know somebody's at, but you don't know really where they're at. Then they come to your chat and just start,
or wallbang you or something. Yeah,
wallbang you. Any of that stuff that they deem is unfair or cheating, or that it's in the game. Yeah, you can get mad at it, but don't go to a streamer. Don't go to somebody you know and just blow up their chat. Just to me, that's just one of the most toxic things anybody can do, is going to somebody else's place of fun, work, whatever you want to call it, and just take the air out of the whole stream.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I am on the drama. I don't get a whole lot of the people talking bad about me just because I don't go to people's streams when.
Well, what the fuck are you even doing with your life? No,
I don't know. I don't know.
God.
I'm usually drinking, so
he's a likable guy, is what I think he's trying to say, and I'm just sitting here like, the fuck, like.
Everybody yells at me for an hour at a time. God,
I'm so sick of this guy.
It's more of the people going to your chat than anything else.
Okay. Noof, we're skipping Grandma. No, I'm kidding.
That's fair. I mean, you should.
Drama
for the fact that his OBS quit earlier and I had to do it a second time. No, I'm kidding.
It didn't quit. I just misclicked.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the red cross.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Grandma, what you got?
I would say, without going into examples of drama, I would say drama can arise, at least in my mind, when two or more sets of expectations meet but don't align, and then the friction that is caused by that really can mess with things. So your example was the example of you teaming, but you teamed up because you met someone in game and they didn't like that. They expected that people shouldn't do that, especially people they know, and they knew you, and then cuss you out for 30 minutes. You went in with the expectation of insta burning everybody, using a dolch, nothing but a dolch, and forever the dolch to kill them. And it didn't work out, and there was friction. So I would say it's the friction that arrives from misaligned expectations, at least. At least that's what I'm thinking about anyway.
Okay. All right, Noof?
Well, if I had to define drama, I would say is always the typical thing. Lots of drama comes from having a grudge against someone and you can't quite figure out how to solve the problem, and it builds up and it builds up, and somehow you want to let it all out. And so somehow, especially in the streaming whole universe, it happens that at some point you have some people who are either on the side who don't like you
Sorry, by the way.
because I don't know.
I just
Yeah,
realized
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even mute my mic. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't even notice, but there you go. Um, it's a thing that somehow the whole drama can start from. It's about you as a person, about something people heard about you, the rumors. I mean, a typical thing is where a big drama starts is when you, I don't know, get into a fight with someone else, even though it might be even outside of Hunt or general things what we do. And then those people are talking to others because, of course, they want to vent about it, they want to talk about it, they want to get rid of it, of this negative feeling, because it's hard to somehow talk about it with the person who you're arguing with or who you have a problem with. And yet this starts to spread, and some people add even more things and more things and more things, and then the whole shit starts and it's fucking burning.
Yeah.
I would define drama as not just something small or simple, but something that forms from the smallest things, that can start from the smallest things, that from the most I don't know, the most not noticeable things that you're like, yeah, okay, it happened, it's fine. And someone, I don't know, bursts out into tears. I don't know. But it's just some things might offend people more than you would think, or the other side around. This can build up. That's how we define drama.
Okay. Father?
Yeah, exactly. Drama has many ways of showing, just as we have said here already. Like, I would define it in similar ways, like, as was said, like two opinions clashing, for example. As someone who moderates a lot of goth spaces, for example, I have my share of those kinds. God damn it, goths are a bunch of drama queens. Just saying, god damn it, we love drama more than anything. So for example, I moderate the subreddit for goth as well as the Discord, and so many times that someone's view of goth or goth music clashes with what is in fact goth or goth music, for example.
Mhm.
The amount of times someone gets really, really pissy about that is incredible. Like, we've had 5 people this week spamming us because their view was not actually, correct, so to speak. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
And it's kind of the same in video games as well. Like, as you said in streaming, like douchebags coming into your chat, for example, after you have killed them or done something in a game that they don't agree with, and you will have someone coming in there and being a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Drama.
Yes, sir.
1 second.
That's kind of my...
No, it's okay. No, it's good. I'm writing something down you said so we can come back to what is
Goths equal drama.
I mean, you'd be surprised how often we deal with that.
Well, we're all saying different things, but we're very much overlapping, and I think that's a good thing. So, to me, drama differs from normal social conflict, and but only when the individuals involved, or an individual involved, has a commitment to continuing that argumentation or to continuing that, right? So when we look at someone and we say that they're a drama queen, or they're overly dramatic, or they're causing drama in a community, I think we're looking at them and we're saying, you're acting in a way where you're not looking for a resolution to the conflict. You're looking to continue the conflict.
Mhm.
Because we don't say that someone who has an intense reaction is necessarily someone causing drama, right? Like, I can get angry in the moment and then later come back and talk about it in a reasonable fashion. Dramatic people are people who have a commitment to that moment of anger and keep coming back to it.
Rapid. Oh,
Yeah. You know, so to kind of summarize and to move toward a kind of synthesis of these ideas, I feel like we all kind of moved and built in the same area. So Noof at one point said it tends to start, it starts small, builds over time in the form often of a grudge. And so I think that's a very important point, right? Drama is not just a slight interaction between two people. And Grandmuff, you mentioned that expectations don't align and that friction is drama. But then going back to Noof, I think Noof, you're the one that pointed out that, right, like some people can get offended by things you don't expect. So that's yet another example of how expectations don't align. Bad feelings slowly fester over time in the form of like a grudge or anger,
Exactly.
and then it becomes drama. Drama is the end result. So it seems like the starting place of drama is this counter of expectations, right? This meeting point where they don't quite align. And then Noof, you kind of described the way that builds over time. And drama is not just that immediate you know,
I mean, it can be
go ahead.
clutch.
No, I was looking for it's that moment of disagreement, right? It's not just that, right? It's the moment of disagreement and then maybe a build,
Yeah.
like it seems
I
to me, but you
mean-
said maybe it could be.
Yeah, the moment when you don't even realize it is drama is for example, it bursts out all of a sudden. Then it's probably not just because of that situation, but also because this person already felt probably an antipathy towards you.
Hmm.
I mean, for example, I don't know, someone I really do like, or I have positive vibes with, or I get along with, and he does something that kind of offends me, then I wouldn't burst out like raging or complain for a half an hour like this one person did in your case, Amizi. But if I already don't like a certain person and he does the smallest thing that offends me, that I don't like, that annoys me, then I fucking rage.
Yeah.
But not on camera because that's fucking rude. But you get me.
Yeah. No, I do. So
Why is
your
Nathan
starting
messaging me
position,
right now?
yeah, your starting opinion of the person also kind of
mhm.
it can increase the intensity with which that pressure builds, right? Or like
Exactly.
that moment of interaction. Yeah.
And it kind of goes like, as you said there as well. I mean, someone doesn't have to be a person who is really into drama, for example, just because something happened and then it kept on going for like a minute or two, but rather someone who kept on going with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Father, you mentioned, and I have a question for you actually, because you mentioned that for example, you moderate your Goth Discord and you find that people have different opinions about Goth, right? And that kind of leads me back to what Grandmuff said. Again, there's this idea of expectations that, I expect this to be this, right? Goth for me is this expectation. So they don't align. But I was just curious, what for you guys is the difference, and this is for everybody, it doesn't have to go in a particular order, but what is the difference between an intense reaction and drama? Now, I think we've kind of covered this, but, for you specifically, Father Eldritch, where for you is that line, right? When you see an interaction between people in your Discord, Like where does it become something that you think is where you would define it as drama?
All right, yeah, that's a good point, and I have two actual example on that. To start with something we all may be familiar with, sexism, for example. I had one on my community Twitch Discord half a year ago.
Noof. Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. Noof has Winona Ryder eyes. Like, I swear to God, she's like the Stranger Things.
Why?
She's sitting over there just reacting.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Winona Ryder's sitting over there. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go, Bob.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I had a dude there who refused, no matter what, to accept someone's pronouns. And for me, that was one point of drama, because that's not okay, for example. Another one more subtle would probably be in Goth Discord, for example, where the moment I know that someone is very keen on creating drama is when they come in with an expectation that, for example, let's say Nightwish and I don't know, what should we go more? Typo Negative. That those two bands are goth.
Oh fuck! I didn't. I was like, "What the fuck is Nightwish?" I was like, "What?"
It's a metal band.
I was like, "Is this an herb from Witcher or something?" Like,
Yeah, definitely.
It could be.
exactly. But either way, they come in and saying like, the goth bands I like is these two bands, and then we say, "Hey, awesome for you for finding us," and just like pointing them in the direction that we have some awesome links for you over here with explanations, etc., etc. Please take a moment and check that out and see if you find anything of your interest. As Nightwish and Type Negative are actual metal bands, and then we usually greets them in and points them in the direction where we have the links and explanations, etc. And usually, when we notice that someone is not fitting for this place, is when the second we have said that, comes with, "Oh, you're a bunch of elitists or gatekeepers, etc." Because 90% of the time, those people are just gonna be there and cause drama.
a bit of a red flag when the first thing they say when entering into a group is, "Y'all suck."
Exactly.
It's like earlier when you said when you start, you go, "No, fuck you." Like you're like, how do I approach this person?
Exactly. I feel like we've already started on a bad foot here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's two examples I have of someone who you just know are causing drama.
So I actually moderate the Hunt official Discord.
Oh. No,
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Don't
There's no drama,
lower.
no toxicity there. So with that, you can, after a certain amount of time, you kind of figure out who the drama starters are, and then who you can tell is just reacting. And it is hard to sometimes not go overboard on the people that you know are constantly starting drama, because your job isn't to further that drama, it's to help get rid of it. So starting from being a Discord mod for the official, it's really hard sometimes to go in there being like, okay, clear your mind, I'm having a bad day, but if I go in here and then I start just projecting my bad day on the people in the Discord, it's being a moderator, it's just going to make it even worse.
Yeah.
So it's really hard trying to moderate any type of social media stream when you're having a bad day and not making it worse. So there's just a lot you can either help put out or make it even worse. And we all have the responsibility of helping each other dilute the drama, not fuel the drama.
Yeah. I got you. And so what you're saying, right, is that when you're in a position of authority, you have to figure out how to balance two perspectives so that it doesn't become this feud between warring factions.
Exactly. And all the moderators, we have to be able to talk to the people without them immediately saying, "Oh, they're just going to come after me now."
Sure.
So it's an interesting place to be.
Yeah.
Moderating any of the discords or your own Discord.
Got you. And Father, it seems like in your mind, and there's got to be a bottom line that is uncrossable, right? So, for example, you brought up the usage of pronouns, right? I am in no way weighing in on this issue, but say someone did not want to like pronouns. It almost seems like you've got to look at this person and say, this isn't about you. This is about creating a community where everyone's respected. And it's fine if you believe, you don't have to go around in your personal life and engage in these pronouns. I might think you're a dick for not doing it. You're an asshole. But like when you enter into a communal space, there are just certain rules and regulations and certain expectations, you might say, to go back to Grand Moff Tarkin's words, that just can't be. They're inviolable, right? You can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
And it's
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we definitely have a few of those. For example, in both my own Twitch Discord and Gothic Discord, where if you do these things, we will correct you. And if you keep on doing that, we'll remove you because it's disrespectful to the person itself or persons. And one of them is, for example, if you continue to mispronounce people and say that you don't care about it, then you don't have a space in our community because it's really rude. And same with, for example, on Gothic Discord, we have a quite strict rule that if someone doesn't want you to DM them and you have done that, and they correct you or we correct you on please don't DM someone without asking them.
Sure.
Then, I mean, what we can do? If you're going to keep disrespecting someone and our rules for that matter as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's also similar in my mind. Maybe this is the wrong way of thinking about it. It's a really asshole-ish thing if you tell someone your name is Juan, for example, Juan, and they continue to call you John.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. That's rude. So why isn't that same thing applied to pronouns, right? If you voice your identification and people continue to misidentify you, that's a very toxic mindset to have. Any final thoughts on like so if I had to put all that we've said into like a sentence, I would say, and this is to help our viewers kind of understand the consensus. I would personally say that I think you, Grand Muff, not that I'm playing favorites here, guys, because I'm definitely not with him, right? Like, no.
Oh, he's drinking a giant beer of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'm going in a minute.
That first bit about expectations, right? So drama begins where two expectations misalign, and it's that initial friction that begins the drama. But drama, to go to Noof, builds over time in such a way, and it can start, as you said, Noof, into something small, and ultimately, and again, like in my opinion, once that drama has reached that crescendo, right, or that momentum, right, it's built over time, the party members become almost committed to it in a very life or death way, right? Like, this is where I'm planting my flag. You shall not pass, right? So
Exactly.
So, any last thoughts before we move on? Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay. So, the next question, I have a list of situations. One of them I think we've already covered, and that would be A, if some of you have the document pulled up. So we're going to move on to B, which is just as horrifying. And I'm just asking, what is the appropriate etiquette in these situations? Like, if you feel, not that you necessarily feel that you've been violated in these ways, but if you accidentally violate, how would you expect someone to come to you about this? Or how would you go about going to someone about these issues, right? So that it doesn't become drama, right? And do these instances kind of constitute some kind of drama? So I'll wait. So
Let's
the
just-
well,
Did I black out for a second?
you might have. You might have. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm gonna wait.
everything just froze on me.
Yeah, no. Here I went. I was talking and then I stopped. Let's go to. We'll just go to it. So, I swear to God, your Winona face. I know you don't mean to. I'm sorry, Newf. I know I'm picking on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just...
Get some sunglasses. Let's go.
All right. So, someone appears to take your content, right? So you do something. And this can come in a number of ways. You present yourself with a certain theme. You have certain artistic formats on your profile, like overlays or something like that. You do certain redeems in your channel that other people that you think are particularly unique, right? That you thought of first in your mind. Or they think they thought of first in their minds, right? These are the kinds of things, right? When it can be perceived that somehow they're violating you in a way that they're taking something that you feel you have ownership over. What for you is the appropriate way to deal with that? And we're gonna push it to Maverick now.
Great.
Doing the clockwise thing.
Yeah, right.
Counter clockwise.
So that's a good one, just because depending on the community you're if it's like a small hunt community, most of the bigger streamers and all that at least know who each other are, and the people that are trying to come up know who the bigger ones are. So if you see somebody that has something very similar to what you are doing, you kind of know it's come from one or the other. But if you're coming from, let's go to like Apex, where there's hundreds of thousands of people streaming, sometimes they can't, the themes and all that can overlap. So I'm just going to go with the hunt community, where I've known some people that have made content and then months later they see another channel in hunt pretty much doing the same thing theme wise. And for me, the only way to really like get into it is talking to the person, not throwing it out there on your stream, not throwing it out there on Discord. DM a person, say, hey, can we talk? I've noticed you're doing this stuff. Because when it comes to themes and animations and all that stuff, where people are putting in a whole lot of time and effort, they really own that. And if you have somebody trying to infringe on that, it can actually take people away from you. So that somebody needs to come forward. And if you see somebody that's like copying another streamer, I think it's in their right to tell the streamer, hey, this person's doing this. I know it's exactly what you're doing. And the only way to squash it is talking. Pretty much squashing any kind of drama is talking, not just complaining to other people, and it gets back to the person. But when it comes down to like the redeems, if it's just like, hey, play without your headphones for 2 minutes, just I've used what other people are using before. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool one. And I'll DM them, say, hey, can I use this? And they'll either say yes or no. And if they say yes, it's awesome, I can put it in. If they're like, no, I really like that one for myself, but thank you for asking. It then just avoids the drama of somebody saying, hey, you're copying me, what are you doing? And then it just leads to this whole, well, they're doing this, don't go view them. They're doing this, and you got to pick a side, and it just isn't good for anybody.
Gotcha. All right. Targan?
I mean, I would agree with all that, yeah. I think the key word is like someone appears to take your content. Like if it's something you're not sure about, beyond what Maverick said, if it's like obviously an animation or like content specifically on their page that is more thematic and it's literally just ripped, then that's I would still apply this to that, but just specifically about something you're not sure about. Again, DMing them is the most important thing for a first step, I would say. With regards to like redeems and stuff, I have Maverick also mentioned the example of if you use someone's redeem, you're like, oh cool, I really like that, can I use it? I have a friend who's a fellow hunt streamer, and I asked them because they had a pretty cool redeem if I could use it, and they were like, yeah, sure, easy, done. It was a 10-second conversation, and they immediately were like, yeah, it's cool. they didn't mind at all. So
Nice.
I think that's a good way of not only reacting to what you think is someone like using your content or anything like that, but also preemptively prevents drama as well. So yeah,
Okay.
very good first step, I think.
All right. Noof?
Was heißt, ich nur Wartesession?
Well, I would say the typical thing is because we already said like when someone is having kind of the same ideas or something. I think it's also another thing that could happen since we're all streamers. It's a thing that some people feel like you are because you just stream the same game, for example. Stealing their followers by I don't know, interacting with people who are also in their chat or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when you sometimes appear in a certain streamer's chat and you just want to hang out a bit, relaxing stuff. And then there are some people who might, or because I already experienced that. I was just hanging around. I was having a good time in chat, and then I don't know, months later, there came a thing like, kind of being all charming, stealing their viewers or such things, and something I've learned is depending on from which side it comes, is go to that person, ask about this. When you hear that there are rumors spreading, or when you hear, even if it's from your own community or somehow, but you notice that you're involved in something, in some doesn't matter in what way. Go to this certain person, talk to them about it. Don't do it calm. Don't stress too much. Don't be like you're swallowing the whole topic and push it all back and be like, oh yeah, do it next time and next time and next time, because it will get worse. It will definitely get worse. So do it as early as possible. Talk about it and just try to talk normally about it. Or at least try to be open to accept the opinion or what is going to be said. Because when you already go with strict where it goes like, oh, this has to go in a certain direction, and if that or this might happen, then I will end this shit. No. I mean, you still have to. I agree with that. You still have to at least try to be open. I know it's super hard, and there were times when I was struggling myself with staying calm, actually listening long enough to someone who really pissed me off. And I'm sure it was the other way around sometimes. When they were just like, oh, fuck. I hope she's stopping to talk, please.
I'm so excited. I get to be the villain this round because I disagree with at least 2 out of 3 of you.
That's good.
Father, go ahead.
Were you done, Daphne?
Yeah.
Yeah, dumbass. No, I'm kidding.
Drama.
we going there now, yeah.
But all right, someone appears to take your content. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. You should definitely approach them if you notice something like someone seems to be taking your maybe unique idea or something like that. But I mean, just like some things, like if let's say someone have some glorious panels on their Twitch. And you know someone have been on your stream a few times, and then let's say a few months after that you see that they have basically almost the exact same panels, except they have redone it a little bit. It's hard.
I'm gonna start calling myself Proth Cthulhu.
right. But it's a hard thing to say what you would do, but I'd always suggest to try and talk with them and see what their influence may have been, or if any.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's someone's work in the end, and it's up to you to do what you feel is correct. I mean, I have one scenario myself where someone contacted me and asked if they could do something similar to a thing that I did, which was my what's it called? Well, thingamajig either way. And at that
Technical
point,
term.
I said that. Yeah, exactly, technical term. Either way, I told them that at that point in time, I would not be comfortable having someone have the same thing, as they were quite a bit larger than myself. And I felt a little bit intimidated.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah. But it's a harder thing there, since you can make a lot of things that is similar but still different. So, yeah, it's a hard topic, just that one.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay.
Oh God!
Exactly.
What have we done?
Time to piss some motherfuckers off. No, so I've had part of the issues that I've had an experience where the person did not come to me. They went to a third party who had to come to me. That made me very angry. I'm a person who likes to be dealt with upfront and openly. And I thought their claim that my stuff looked like their stuff was absolutely ridiculous. But turns out we did use the same artist. And so maybe that's where they were coming from. Still, in my mind, they didn't look the same. But I would have had much more respect for the person had I received a message from them, rather than a message from a neutral third party going, hey, did you copy this person's stuff? So here's the thing. I consider myself a writer and a poet. Not necessarily a good one, but there I am. And I think intellectual creativity gets bogged down when we begin to look at it in terms of property ownership. Jean-Luc Godard, I want to say it was Jean-Luc Godard, said, it's not where we take things from, it's where we take things to. In some sense, it's really impossible not to be inspired by other people and in some way take that idea and move it into our own content. I do think that there is something that's really blatant, and that's bad, right? Like, obviously, copy and pasting someone's overlays, right? Okay, right? That's bad. But being inspired by someone and moving in a direction where it takes you, I find people often interpret that as an infringement of their property ownership. And I think it's such a strange thing that the human species seems so arrogant that it thinks it can own something as amorphous as an idea or a concept. But that's my opinion, right? Like I push back against this idea of artistic ownership. And I push back against the idea. So, and and I've dealt with it before. There are plenty of times where I did something and I found a few days later. I've been in Hunt a long time. I've been streaming Hunt since early 2018. And I'll never forget. I mean, there are a number of things that I've seen in that time that I've taken. My redeems in my channel, not the redeems that get me to do things in game, but my stream elements redeems. Those were not my idea. That came from conceptually from Dust the Viking, and I'm okay giving him credit. I never asked his permission, but he doesn't own stream elements, and he doesn't. And I never copied his exact redeems. I use my redeems for something different now anyway. I don't use them for impact gameplay. But I remember I had a bot where it shot, it would shoot my gun in game. 3 days later, I saw another streamer with a bot shooting his gun in game. And I remember thinking to myself, and that person had been in my chat, and had asked about it, and I could have gotten mad, but then I remember I don't own the concept of shooting a gun in game. I think it would be equally ridiculous if I got mad at people holding Hunt Showdown tournaments. I mean, I don't own the concept of Hunt Showdown tournaments. I have done them in the past, and I've done them through my website. And for a while, I did them consistently 2 times a month. But it's utterly ridiculous. I wasn't the first one to do Hunt Showdown tournaments. That would be Games with Death, from my knowledge. I'm not even talking about the Bayou Bowl. This is way back, the Prestige event, like 2 years ago. And in Games with Death, I think he just kind of moved on in his content to other things. And there weren't any community competitions for a long time. And then I said, I would like a reason to get people together. Or maybe I just didn't know about the community competitions. Maybe I was just out of the loop. I don't know. So anyway, I don't really disagree with you guys necessarily. I just think the reason I put the word appears, I think it's very easy to see something as your own when it really isn't. That we believe we own content that isn't ours, but I do agree wholeheartedly that the way you deal with it is by direct messaging the person, not anybody else, not talking about it in channel. So that's, anybody got thoughts in response?
Yes, I do.
Anybody else? I'm like the teacher that doesn't want to call on that student. It's like she always has an answer.
Come on.
No, go ahead, Noof.
The only thing I have to say about is that because you said that you don't have, or you should come to this person all by yourself, not through a third party or something like that. So I just wanted to say that the worst thing you could do, and you also could do as a viewer, is when you rage or went about someone or a certain person on stream, and if you as a viewer pick that up and drag it to the other streamer's stream in that case and start the fight there as well, because I don't know, example, streamer A vents about streamer B, viewer A just goes to streamer B and is like, hey, you're stealing the content, and they're I have evidence and I saw it, and fuck you. And if it's just one, you're like, dude, what the fuck do you want? But if it's a whole community that starts that whole thing, because some, we're in that case lucky that we're not that big, but some are, and some whole communities, we've all seen it on Twitch at some point, because there's always some drama. There can be found literal whole communities fighting against each other because because streamers couldn't talk in private about their problems in that case.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I had to say.
Okay. I should specify, since you referenced this, or I thought you were, I didn't hear it from a viewer, and the person was not talking in their channel about my potential copying of their material. I heard from a mutual streaming friend. Yeah, he privately messaged me. Having spoken, apparently the guy went to this third party and complained about the issue. In a way where they seem to want the third party to do something about it. And then the third party messaged me about it, and I was like, why am I talking to you again? Like, did I steal your overlays? I didn't steal anybody's overlays, but do you have an issue? No.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I talking to you? Right. But I totally get you, Noof. Yes, that makes a lot of sense, and I think you're right.
So be nice, viewers. Be nice.
Yep. Maverick, I think you said you had something, didn't you?
No, I agree with you. I was just going by straight up like copying, pasting exactly the stuff. But everybody has inspirations from people they run into. That is a good thing. That just pays tribute to the original artist. And chances are the person that you saw from got an inspiration from another person. So there's not really, it's hard to have a unique original idea. So everybody's in a way taking stuff from people. Like my thing is I love street art. I love colorful stuff. I like drum and bass music, and I know a bunch of people that love to do the same stuff. I didn't take anything from anybody, but like it's really hard to have a unique original idea for streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got you.
So I agree with you, but I also agree that you still should ask ask people if you're going to be
Yeah.
pretty much taking the same thing, tweaking a little bit, but you know you got it from them, pay tribute to them.
Yeah.
I
Say,
understand
hey,
that.
dude, that stuff was cool. Let me use a little bit of it. I'm going to tweak it.
But what if they say no? Do you do it
And
anyway?
I would respect. No, I'm not that kind of person.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
If I'm going to
my-
ask the person, it's because I like it. I think it's a cool idea, but I don't want to seem like I'm copying. I don't want to be the guy that, hey, you're copying that guy. So if the guy's like, no, I don't want to do it, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I don't
If
know.
you're asking and then going to do it regardless of the answer,
Don't
you're
ask.
you're only asking because you want to look like you care.
Indeed.
You don't actually give a shit.
Well,
And then you look like a jackass. 'cause
fair.
There's probably
Yeah,
I don't know.
somewhere.
Maybe
Literally
part of
gone against it. Yeah.
I don't know what my reservation is. You know, I found during my time streaming that the more I tried to run from drama, the more it seemed to fucking come to me. I don't know if it's just my personality, or you know,
Just
for a
maybe
long
think
time,
you're like
I
whatever-
didn't deal with other streamers. I only played with viewers, and I liked my little hole in the universe. And then I realized if I'm going to do this full time, kind of got to start branching out. And then like 6 months later, I'm like, Jesus Christ, everybody's mad about everything. And I was overwhelmed. And so I don't know. I just, part of me wonders if some of this stuff is just petty. Like, who cares? Like, do your thing. Don't look at other people. Let them do their thing. If they copy you, fuck them. You're probably doing it better anyway. That's why they trying to copy it.
You
Father
just reminded
Eldritch,
me of-
I think you said something. Or actually, Tarkin. No, I interrupted you.
I was. No, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. I was just going to say you reminded
Unforgiven.
me of the people in
Drama.
That's fine. We'll get over it. You reminded me of people in high school who constantly go around going, "I just hate drama," but then they're the
Yeah.
reason for the drama.
And maybe that is the case for me.
Oh,
Maybe I am.
everywhere.
Maybe I
You,
am.
prof.
Yeah. No.
I hate
Okay.
drama. You suck.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen. This could be. I try to be the kind of guy that can self-criticize, and sometimes, yes, I know I am the person that causes the drama, and the reason is because I'm a principled person. And if someone, hold on, can you guys hear me? It froze again. Okay, no, it's back. Sorry, slow ass computer. Sometimes I know I'm the cause of the drama, right? I'm a principled person. When a principle is violated, I have a really hard time keeping my mouth shut. And I may make fun of Nufna for Winona eyes. I am a Winona if I don't like you, or if I don't like something you've done, I can keep my mouth shut, but it'll be on my face and in my tone. Like, and I'm just that kind of person, and that does put me in a position where I grate people. I know that. But I also try, in my mind, to be open and upfront. I view intellectualism as a kind of battlefield. Now, I don't believe it's a battlefield in the sense that it's a zero-sum game where I'm looking to win the flag and own the territory. It's more like a contest. We're all in it together. It's a struggle, but it can be a struggle with respect for the other individual. And I believe, there's this scene in Babylon 5 where, and I know this is an old sci-fi show. I know some of you are like, oh God, I know this. There's this scene in one of the movies where a highly advanced race, they're patrolling with two of their cruisers, and humans, because we're stupid apes, decided we were going to patrol in their territory and try to like scout them and something. And sure enough, this ancient race that we did not understand fully, despite going into their territory, had a policy of opening their gun ports on their ships and powering up their weapons when approaching somebody as a symbol of openness, right? Is saying, hey, we're here. And this is very similar, for example, in medieval times, when a knight approached another knight, he would hold his right hand up, to indicate, I do not have a sword. I am prepared to fight. I have a hand and can reach for my sword, but I do not have a sword in my hand. Funnily enough, this is why left-handed people are fucking hated, right? Because, bitch, I got this fucking knife. Anyway, this is how I would like to approach the world. Now, whether or not I succeed in doing it, I don't know. But again, you end up in a situation, and how that situation ended with the Minbari and the humans fired on the Minbari, thinking that the Minbari were going to initiate conflict, and then the Minbari continued for the next 3 years to whoop our ass because they were highly advanced, and they basically ended up at Earth's front door, and this whole last speech thing, and it's like, I mean, so yeah, maybe I am drama. I don't know, and that's part of what I've been doing with my self-reflection for the last few months, but I don't know, maybe. Fuck you, Tarkin. Anyway, moving on.
I
had
was
actually
actually going to make a joke that you were going to say. I was going to say, no, the script says, no, fuck you, Tarkin. Why did you go off script?
Go ahead,
I
Father.
actually had a rather funny scenario where something like you just talked about happened when I was playing with a largest streamer on my stream, and he got really annoyed about something that me and the other person that we were playing with didn't do as he's usually experienced with. And you could hear that he was really frustrated. And my chat saw on my face that I was keeping my mouth shut because I had something that I wanted to say. And everyone in my chat was just laughing their ass off, like, come on, dude, do it. And it was just, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and so there's this really interesting field of study called game theory, and it's not video game theory. So I'm sorry, everybody put their, ooh, no, it's not about that. I'm sorry. Even though there is video game theory out there, there's something called game theory, which is, it's a very mathematical way of looking at situations. And there are a lot of people who are critical of it, but it's where the phrase zero-sum game comes from, right? A zero-sum game is when it's win or lose. Yeah, I know it keeps freezing. Maverick's over there trying to be like, is this me?
I'm
or
trying
is
to
it
move the
screen?
camera.
I know. I'm sorry.
Motion based.
Maybe I just need to go ahead and just get rid of the visual aspect of this and just put it on Spotify. But anyway, in game theory, there's something called tit for tat. Now, tit for tat is looking for it's two polar opposites and interacting with each other, and you have the option of A cooperation, B betrayal. And oftentimes, an individual has incentive to betray, even though the most successful relationships often have that cooperation. The game theory assumes that if you betray and the other people cooperates, you win, right? You can steal the resources or you can get it. But the most successful of those relationships is called tit for tat. And tit for tat is when you cooperate, they betray. Then the next time you betray, and regardless of what they do, right? They could betray as well, and then you just both don't get anything. And then you forget about it, right? And you move on. And, basically tit for tat is you mirror the other person their actions towards you. In other words, it's the golden rule. Treat others as you'd like to be treated. And it's really cool when science confirms, right, those age-old adages, right? And Christianity's I've been saying it for years, and then secular humanism is
bitch, what took you so long?
yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Anyway, Kant's can I get an amen? Anyway,
I mean, there's also a social tactic where you can get someone to like you by mirroring them.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Literally the same. Yeah.
See what I did there? Mirroring. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And then the person's like, fuck you. And I'm like, it's not working. Shit. Fuck you too? Still mirroring?
What does count as mirroring?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. We are at the hour mark. I think I would like, if you guys are okay with it, to maybe take a $5. Everybody go to the bathroom, get a cup of coffee, change your Winona eyes. It's okay, Noof. That joke won't be around for the next podcast, I promise. I'm going to wear myself out with it, I know.
I will fucking send you something.
Oh, God.
You said that.
She just says something. That's even more scary than I'm going to send you a fucking...
That's ominous.
Yeah, I know. It's so ominous.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Better be prepared, man.
Just send me a dick pic like the one.
I send you a letter with a drawn dick.
With an arrow that says, "This is you, Amezi," pointing to the dick. All right, guys. Be right back. All right, here we go.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, welcome back, everybody. For those who are listening, fuck you. You didn't go anywhere. I don't know. Maybe you paused the thing and like went to the bathroom to feel some kind of like
At the exact moment we did.
Yeah, I know, familiarity. You're like, I'm a part of this too.
Like waiting there. I need to pee. Where are they pausing?
Pro tip: do a podcast. Say "fuck you, audience" at least 3 times. Who knew? All right, so we're gonna move on to C and D in this list, guys. You can see it, viewers can't. But we've kind of covered these areas, but I want to touch on them again specifically. And so what is the proper etiquette in dealing with a situation where another streamer criticizes or insults you openly on their stream? Oh my God, those glasses. She looks so smart. She's covering up her Winona eyes with teacher glasses.
Exactly.
And kicking it to Maverick.
All right. Again, if you know or hear of somebody criticizing you in their stream, the worst thing you can do is go to their stream and try to do anything, because no matter what, it looks like you're then spying on them or caring so much about it. 2, you just look like a jackass trying to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So just getting into that, you got to just stay out of that. And then the second worst thing you can do is then openly criticize them in your stream, because then you're just opening up a he said, she said type thing. And then if there are certain people that like them more than you can lose them. They can being toxic towards each other in your stream is, to me, one of the worst things any streamer can do, even if it's one of your good friends, but you're pissed at each other for something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just look like jackasses when you are in your stream bitching about each other.
Yeah. Specifically, Tarkin. Speaking of...
Hey,
we're here. Well, I mean, I agree with what Maverick said. I think to add to that, if in a different scenario, this would be more specific if you're playing with them directly and they're criticizing you openly to you and their stream, I think it is acceptable to be like, hold on, either stop talking about this right now, or I'm just going to end the call because I'm not interested in listening to destructive criticism, like just criticizing for the sake of it and being toxic. If it's something like, oh, maybe we should have tried this, and it's like a constructive scenario for criticism, then that's obviously a little bit different, but that you have to play that by ear. If they're just straight up criticizing you openly, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, hold on, I'm not interested in this, and I don't think anyone else is either. So, goodbye, or whatever works for you.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. No, fuck
goodbye.
You.
AOL, baby.
Goodbye.
What's that, Mom?
all the younger generations, the millennials, listen to this podcast, Googling what's
goodbye?
AOL and goodbye. Dial up ? Anyway, all right. That's such a horrible sound, dude. Oh my God. Anyway, Noof.
It was the worst.
Well, at least I think like you should, even though it's on stream. I mean, sometimes I feel like everyone is at a point where he rages about someone at some point, even though it's not intentional and they didn't plan on doing that. Like you said at the beginning of the whole podcast, it's like you either choose to went all the way in 30 minutes or you just like 3 minutes and then it's done, even though the 3 minutes are also still a bit heavy. Anyways, if you're doing this, or if you notice that something like that happens to you and you're not even giving the chance to kind of show your point of the whole thing, then it's getting quite hard. And this will amazing. Fuck you. No, really.
Conflict resolution 101.
Ramezi rebuttal.
Yes,
Ramezi rebuttal. Fuck you too.
Yeah, good. You've learned the mirroring. I'm good. I'm proud of you. Now the whole thing is that I've noticed and I've had it myself that sometimes you really have people on stream, might be other streamers in that case, who will be constantly or who have the sudden urge to not wait till they're off stream to talk to you about certain things. No, they have the urge to show their whole viewership to everyone how they think that you are such an asshole or such a bitch, and they continue. And the thing is, like it said earlier, when there are views like people who view you and the other person, then they are between lines. They kind of need to choose, and that's like the worst you can do with your viewership, forcing them to choose a side. So, like I said, it's just getting worse if you do it on stream. Do it off stream, I don't know, third punch each other, I don't know. But don't do it on stream, man.
Gotcha. Father?
Daddy? Oh, hello.
No,
yeah, I'm kind of on
Daddy.
the same. I'm kind of on the same page regarding that as Maverick and talking with Daphne.
I thought you were going to
Don't
not conclude her. I was like, yeah.
I agree with Tarkin and Maverick. That is all.
But yeah, basically, just take it off stream if anything. I mean, if you have some constructive criticism, then sure, fine, go with it. If you're just gonna be a douche about it, then take it to DMs and go from there if you wanna do that. Because I've had one experience like that when someone got really pissy about a situation in game, and it's not fun for yourself, probably not fun for their viewers or my own. So yeah, just keep it cool, laugh it off, and slide into my DMs.
Ooh.
Your viewers are like, actually, popcorn. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Well, we also have that kind of view.
That is true.
I think you guys have hit the nail on the head. The only thing I will add is just a personal experience. Again, getting talked about on stream. It didn't happen just one time. Apparently, I am a very popular person for others people's content.
A bitch magnet.
So, and in all of these situations, the person had a reasonable grievance about what happened in game. So again, this was an instance where my interaction with a person, I was part of a team that pissed off someone from another team. And when all of us went to his channel, like he was like calling us losers and sweaty and tryhards and all this shit. And I sent him a message. Yeah, Maverick knows about this. Yeah. Maverick was one of the people on my team who's a loser. I'm a loser, baby. Anyway,
So why don't you kill me?
So I sent him a message, and I guess I was kind of snotty, right? I was, because he was accusing us of being sweaty, and my response was, "What's more sweaty? Us doing what we did, we burned him in game. Us burning you in game, or you ranting about it for 20 minutes on stream?" I don't think he liked that. And the next day, I don't know what brought me to go look at his, but I was just curious because he only sent me a laughing emoji back. And I was like, okay, this is a mature way to deal with this. So I went to his stream, and sure enough, the first thing I hear, and I went to his VOD, and the first thing I hear is, "So I received a message from a Mezzi. He's not going to like what I have to say." And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, you only sent a laughing emote, and I like those. So I actually do like what you have to say in a sense. Right? And so he spent, the next 5 to 10 minutes airing out the situation and responding to me via that. I think people are inclined to retreat back to their stream because it's a place of power. They feel like they can defend themselves there, and everybody in their channel is a sycophant, a kiss ass. I mean, they're going to be like yes men or yes women or yes people. And if they're not, you just fucking ban them, right? Like, you know, or get the fuck out of here, right? I think it's cowardice. Now, you know, you mentioned Noof, you know, talking about. I've told these stories on my stream. I just don't mention the people's names, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm also not so sure. So there are some streamers who've been toxic on stream, and I've louted them out because they've been toxic in my stream. One streamer called my partner a dog in game because she did something he didn't expect and it got him killed. We were fighting him. We didn't even know it was him. Somebody came to my channel like, "Oh, you guys just killed this person." And anyway, shit happens. But yeah, I agree with you guys for the most part. So next is the situation. And again, I use the word appears here. Appears to leech followers, contacts, viewers, etc. How do you respond to that? So somebody comes to you and they're like, "You're leeching my viewers." I don't even know how you could leech viewers personally. I don't know, hack their email accounts and only get notifications from you. I don't know, right? Or leeching your contacts is like, what? I can't talk to the people you talk to? I'm confused. But someone accuses you of this. What are your thoughts on it, and how do you respond? Maverick. Pass. Maverick's like,
No, it's not. It's
Fuck.
it's impossible to go be like, "Hey, don't view this guy. Come and view me." If somebody comes like, "Dude, you're stealing my stuff," I'm like, I'm not forcing anybody to go to their Twitch and click on my name. If you're losing viewers, look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't come to me. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm not advertising my stuff in your stream. Figure out what they don't like about what you're doing and move on, dude.
Yeah.
I can't go to your viewers and tell them not to view you.
What if you're co-streaming with someone, right? What if you maybe it's a person you commonly co-stream with, maybe a person you play with, and they come to you and they're like, "Well, every time I play with you, I feel like you're just trying to leech my viewers or my followers."
So I've actually had that happen. Well, it's not like they came and said, it's when I play with certain people, we have the same viewers. So it's not like, hey, when we play together,
just pass
some
them
of
to
us aren't getting
potatoes.
Yeah. Some of us are getting, it's like, well, yeah, we all are in the same community. Unless people pull up tabs to keep us all open, they're going to choose one and view it. It's the nature of the beast.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
No, it does. It does. Tarkin?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I agree. I think it's a very
Good
specific
talk.
situation.
Noof? No.
Yeah. Yep. I do have one example of it happening.
Sure.
Not any of us know personally, as far as I know. But I've recently got into Escape from Tarkov. Pestily is one of the biggest streamers in Tarkov.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've heard of him. And General Sam's a YouTube content creator who plays Tarkov. And I don't watch either of them that much, but I'm aware of them. I saw a YouTube video once, and General Sam's content is the type where he's kind of like a troll character a lot of the time. Like, he will deliberately try and piss people off because he finds it funny, and his community therefore finds it funny. And he's found a big audience through doing that type of thing.
Mm.
Some of it's funny, some of it's a bit problematic in other ways, but that's a whole other kettle of fish. In this specific example, he was streaming at the same time during a drops event as Pestily, and said to his viewers, kind of tongue-in-cheek, but also kind of not, to go into Pestily's stream and ask everybody to go watch Sam, which is strictly against Twitch's TOS, as far as I know. And Pestily, knowing Sam, because he'd played with him a couple times, and they knew each other through the community of Tarkov, still got really angry about it, and understandably so, because it seemed like Sam was literally trying to leech his followers. So Pestily got everybody to report Sam's account, and Sam got banned for a few days because he's like, "Fuck you, don't do that." Which they obviously know each other, and I'm sure they had a DM exchange about it. Maybe they didn't. Who knows? That's my assumption. But it's a very specific thing to happen. That unless it's overt, and even if Sam did it tongue in cheek, his viewers still did go to Pestily's stream and say, "Come watch Sam. He's more fun," or for whatever, for the drops. And Pestily reacted like, "No, fuck you. You can't do that. Not allowed." and got everybody to report him. So it worked out.
Okay. Gotcha. Noof?
So apparently, we talked about this earlier on the stream. I think was that I've said some time ago that some streamers seem to view or to see their viewers as a kind of currency.
Mm.
And the thing is that some people get really angry when. For example, you play with some of their community and you get along well with them, and it continues, and then they don't appear as often anymore on their stream as they do appear on your stream, or you playing with them even on stream. And this thing happened to me. It was very early when I started streaming. Was that I was looking around earlier in different people's streams, was already talking to a lot of people, was already playing with a lot of people, but certainly got a problem as soon as I started streaming and just did my thing. And then people started the whole rumoring that, oh god, she's just there to lead viewers and stuff. And I'm like, how? I mean, how we all said earlier is, are you going to DM them? Are you paying them? It's like viewers are also people. They're no currency. They have their own will. If they want to be on your stream, if they want to watch you, they will do so. It's not like you can force them to do such things. And that's also the thing. You're not like, hey, I'm a streamer, go watch me. Yeah, that's just plain rude. If you do that, then you're an asshole on other stream, and then you deserve to be banned. It's just easy like that. But
Don't do that anymore.
damn it, I told you. No. But it's really the thing that some people, and I've noticed that it's also a thing in the whole hunt community. I mean, we are still a very small community, and like it's mentioned earlier, is that a lot of viewers appear on multiple streams. A lot of viewers have multiple tabs open to watch us all. There are people who constantly appear in my chat and they're like, oh yeah, I'm following all routes.
Yeah.
And now you have, I was like, wow.
I got 10 tabs open.
Yeah, it's like, I can't even handle 2 tabs open sometimes, but there you go.
How am I supposed to download porn? And no, wait, what?
Yeah, see, I'm struggling. No, really, it's really weird how some people get really jealous about the whole viewership and stuff. It's like when you are certainly when you don't believe enough in your content, then you need to accuse other streamers for leeching of your viewers. It's maybe you're doing at that moment something that your current viewers don't like. Maybe they notice that you're kind of aggressive, kind of pissed off that you have less views than normal or something like that. I mean, we're also all human, and we can also get pissed sometimes. But it's not just always everyone else's fault. Sometimes we also have to think about why do we have less viewers than normal, and we also have to stay on a certain scale where we're like, it's realistic that, of course, when I stream another game and not hunt, then I have a bit of less viewers. It's normal. But yeah, you get my point. Moving on to Eldritch.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat there as well. I have never really. Well, I have one occasion that it's something like that, but more along the ways that it's not Twitch etiquette to do something, and that is the famous go into someone's stream and then say, "Hey, lurking because I'm also streaming," which is a bit taboo.
I've never seen that happen before, but that's hilarious.
I know someone who does it, and it doesn't.
It's fucking cringy as hell.
Yeah, it's cringy as
there are a
hell.
lot
And
of
I
people.
have someone who have done that to me many times now. So much so that I have just decided that /ban because I can't be asked. It's that's all their interaction here, and it just feels like, okay, well,
It's like
that's
Nadril with
everything.
TV in his name.
Right,
Damn
right.
it! I wasn't supposed to name drop. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. But no,
You called out Nadril.
Hey, I got it in mind.
because I mean, it's not really something that you can do other ways than what have already been said,
Mhm.
like how Pestily handled that. I mean, that I would do the same if someone would send their people to me and just like, come watch this person instead. Then I would be like, whoops, gone, bye.
It is a kind.
Because
It
that's
is
just
a.
not
It is a douchey thing to do. It really is.
Yeah,
Even
Yeah.
as a joke.
Even as a joke.
exactly. Even as a joke,
Yeah.
it's not okay.
It's the same with random link dropping in chat.
Mhm.
Hashtag wanna become famous.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
You mentioned random link
Click the link.
dropping.
Let's go.
I was thinking today, I randomly thought about it, don't know why. There was once this guy who came into my chat. He never said anything. And I don't have it where it auto blocks links, which is probably something I should have. But,
I don't have that on either.
I do.
I do
well,
as well.
he dropped a link. And I was like, okay, he didn't ask. What is that? I asked him. And one of my mods checked it out. He never responded. He never said anything. He just dropped the link. And one of my mods was like, I don't know, it's this video, it's in Spanish, it looks like a cartoon. And I was like, okay. And then he dropped another one like 30 minutes later, never said anything. And they were like, yes, the same thing. And I was like, I'm going to ban you, but I really just want to know why. Like, what are you doing? Like,
¿Por qué?
like, does he just feel like I have to give people these cartoons? And so he's going to random channel and he's like, cartoon. Anyway.
You get a cartoon.
All right. So let's move. I want to move to Nufna's questions because I'm not ignoring you, Nufna. Believe it or not. We've covered some of this ground as well. And I'm going to kind of start in the middle and we can move to some of the other questions as well. But I really like your question because we are all a part of the same stream team. And this is a stream team podcast. So why not cause drama in the stream team? No, I'm kidding. Her question reads, do you think a streaming team can prevent problems about drama, or will it cause more since others might get involved just because they're a part of the same team? So the way I kind of interpret it is, are cliques a thing in stream teams? It's part of how I see your question, but moving it to Maverick. And just remember, Baby Yoda's watching and judging. Literally, he is on your side.
Yep. So the way I kind of am interpreting there's always cliques. It doesn't matter if it's in a stream team or not. There are cliques. People just get along better with certain people than other people. It's fine. What I see with this, there's a bunch of stream teams in Hunt, and if certain, or even clans, whatever you want to call them now in the game, if you have a bad experience with one, all of them tend to then get grouped together.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, if you have a really good experience with one, you then tend to think, oh, that's a really cool group of guys, or group streamers, whatever you want to call them. So it can help, but at the same time, it can hurt. If you have somebody in your stream team that is a known troll, a known toxic person, even in your clans, it can just destroy what you are trying to build. If you're trying to build a friendly, awesome, helpful community, in the same way, if you have one experience, oh, sorry, my kid just popped in. He sold awesome, dude. Tell him I'll come down and help him in a little bit. He's playing Zelda.
Aww.
Nice.
Which one?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Good choice.
So he's 5. He's learning to play. So he just officially sold stuff. I'm a little worried on what he sold. But yeah, it can be a very good thing. Being part of a stream team, if you have a full stream team that is on the same page on what the pretty much mission statement would be for that group. But if you just have a group of people and you're just letting people join this team and you're not giving people guidelines, it can spiral badly into it. Dude, don't party with them, don't play with them, don't follow them, don't watch them. They're all bad people. So it's a fine line when it comes to stream teams, in my opinion.
Okay, gotcha. Tarkin, Tarkin,
I mean,
pull closer
I would
to your
think-
mic.
How about now?
Better.
Ooh.
Okay. I
Much
think
better.
it depends on the team.
Closer.
I have seen teams.
Closer.
I have seen teams.
No, I'm kidding.
I have seen teams like not just hunt teams, but as Maverick says, there are quite a few in hunt now. Just the Roots are deep, and there's loads of other ones. Like it depends on each team. I've not personally had a horrible experience with any of them. I've heard other people say bad things about certain stream teams. I'm yet to really experience much of it because I kind of keep my head away from that kind of thing. I'm not really interested even listening to it, a lot of it, because I don't know. Unless I experience it myself, I'm just like, I can't, unless I know you really well, I'm not going to take that at face value. I'm going to assume you just don't like them, which is fine, but it's a different thing then. I think for the most part, stream teams can be really good. As I say, unless it's a really bad experience for loads of people and everybody thinks they're trolls. Like, it just depends, really. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Noof?
Well, since it was my question, no, Maverick literally covered a lot of it. Yeah, there's a thing when someone has a problem with only one of a stream team, for example, and they often tend to literally hate the whole team. Doesn't matter if they know them or not. I won't drop names, but there was a problem where someone had a problem with another one in a stream team, and one day I was just looking around off stream, watching a few people, and also dropped by at these certain streamers chat, and I was banned, and I didn't know why.
Wir müssen nicht hier sein.
Because I've never run anything. I was just lurking. Yeah, I was just lurking, not doing anything, not saying hi, not doing anything against him. I've never even talked to this person. And
I
I was
told
just
you I
banned.
unbanned you. No, I'm kidding.
You didn't.
So later on, I've got told that this certain person has a real problem with the team, the other people. So that was quite confusing for me. That's also why I came up with this question, since I never felt like this could be actually a problem. I mean, sure, there's always a thing where you get along well with other stream teams or other clans or whatever, or not. I mean, we all have our problems with some certain clans on Hunt. Where you're like, oh, fuck off as soon as we see them. There's this big sign when we're like, oh, shit, no. And we already know that, oh, God, toxic shit is coming. But yeah, it's... like the whole thing, we can't really do anything against it, or at least I don't even know if it's worth our time to show people otherwise. In that case, only if they have like problem with one person. I mean, at the end, this is also just one person having a problem with us. It only gets a problem if they really go live, for example.
Did she disappear
and
for
be
anybody?
like,
Oh, there she is.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit, what am I doing? What is going on with my camera?
What a face to end up on.
Face. Oh my god. It
Oh
froze
my
in the most
God.
unflattering way. Sorry.
Remember, I can edit it out later if you want.
But you're not going to, right?
Well, I'm
Streamer drama. Yet again, cause.
oh god, yeah. See, the drama caused me to stop. No, really. The thing is, where I see the problem is when they really go live and be like, oh yeah, this whole team sucks, this whole streamer team sucks, and then really there might be really some there's like some people might call them ass kissers who like, oh yeah, I'm unfollowing and unsubbing, and it mostly affects, in that case, the smaller streamers who are already struggling to get their channel built up and
Yeah.
their whole identity. I would say the whole actions of a stream team, even the bigger they get, it's more important to have or to keep an eye on certain people when you've noticed that someone might act toxic or someone has having a problem with someone else, because this might affect the whole team in a negative way. And this might be bigger than we might think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What she said.
What
Eldritch.
she said.
Yeah, basically.
Heavy sigh.
I'm always
but,
last.
yeah, basically what already been said. Really, it can go both ways. I mean, I've never had an experience where something with a team that I have been a part of or have heard of have been seen as a negative way, other than like a rare few people where someone have said, "Oh, this stream team is usually a bunch of tryhardings, douchebags." But yeah, I can definitely see how it can be good and bad, regarding of how people view it. As have already been said, that if someone sees like a lot of people in this stream team is toxic or is generally speaking not that kind, it can be quite unfortunate for everyone a part of it.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I don't really have anything to add either. I can 90% sure I know exactly who you're talking about, Noof, and I know I'm banned in their channel. I'm shocked that they would just ban everybody in the roots. Because if it is who I'm thinking of, I was there for that drama. I was peripheral, but I was there. So I kind of understand why I was banned, because I took sides. But there's like 60 people in the roots who have nothing at all to do with that. Like, so like that's
Oh,
if that is the
it's
case, that
fun.
is, that to me is, I think the word there would be personally petty. Petty as shit, right? Like someone who's afraid of fighting their own battles, and they're like, I'm afraid somebody's going to come in my chat and challenge me, and it's like, you're a fucking coward. Anyway, sorry, I reacted very strongly to that. I have, see, again, gun ports open, right? Like that just, it makes me very angry that someone would do that. It almost seems bullyish to me, right? Like, using your
It's
clout.
absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
It's manipulative.
Yeah, I mean, as a mod in Roots, I feel like I have missed something big
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
I
didn't
was,
miss
uh,
any. You didn't miss anything you didn't want to miss. I can tell you that much.
I was when I joined the Roots, I was warned about joining the Roots by someone I'm not very close with anyway, but they warned me and were very vague about it, and I was like, "Tell me exactly why."
They
And they were
eat
like,
kittens.
Yeah, I was like, "Give me specifics," because I don't list the vague things like
Sure.
that, because then it's just being emotionally manipulative, and it doesn't help anybody doing that. Because if something was serious and someone had a real reason, I'm happy to listen to it if it is
Of course.
serious, or if it was a specific person, right? See, I treat everybody like that. Like it's the same in real life and the virtual world. But I asked them, and they kept just being like, "Oh, just telling you to be careful." About what?
I know, right?
Either
Like-
you tell me, or you have nothing to tell me. It's
A
one or the other.
mysterious stranger appeared.
You're not trying to protect me by not telling me. Yeah, exactly. Like you're not trying to protect me. You're just trying to make it seem like you know something, and I'm not interested in that. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Selling you information.
Fucking shadow broker comes out of the corner.
Want to become famous?
Want to become famous?
It was them, because we banned all of those accounts.
What
Yeah.
are you buying?
All the bots have now mobilized against the Roots. Don't join that group. They do not want to become famous. That's pretty crazy. Well, anyway, moving on. I want to hang on this question though. Because we didn't go where I thought we'd go. Does being part of a stream team actually encourage or increase the likelihood that you will be in a situation of drama. And I mean this in an intra way, not an inner way. Inter meaning like between two separate distinct organizations. Intra as in, what, Noof? What?
Okay, continue.
All of our Audible listeners are like, I don't know what just happened, but I swear to God, I'm going to clip that fucking face right there. What? You just like had like a full paragraph reaction just on your face to what I was saying. So please, for the love of God, like...
That's
Fucking hell.
Being a root,
They didn't answer the way I wanted them to, so I'm going to ask it again.
I'm going to ask it again. That is funny. Yeah, I guess I can
I
do
need a
that.
second that you continue. I can stop laughing. Okay.
Why did her camera disappear again?
Oh, amazing.
Oh, did she
doesn't like it
intentionally
anymore.
mute it? That or okay, bye,
Yeah, I did.
bye, Felicia. I killed Noof. No, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, like, to me, I want to ask the hard question, and the hard question is, as a Roots community, like we're all members, we're all individuals who occupy different spaces of it. Some of us are older members, some of us are newer members. Do you feel like being a part of an organization, any kind of I mean, I'm using Stream Team, but like, I mean, you know, your local beer club, right? I mean, it just seems to me that in any time that you enter into a set of social arrangement or a set social arrangement with a structure, with power differentials, with cliques, you're setting yourself up to be in a you're more likely to be in a situation with drama. And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that. And I'm not leaving until I get them, apparently. So I already know Noof. We can switch. We could skip Noof. I got all that was written on her face.
Short
so.
answer, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're in the Roots. I know there are people out there that don't like the Roots. Does it mean they don't like me? I don't know, because if I'm a Root member, they see that I'm a Root member, they're not going to come and see me. Being a part of a stream team, people will judge it if they have a bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they're going to come into my chat and start yelling at me, but I know for a fact there's a certain couple streamers that had a giant problem with some Root members, and they just say, "Hey, all the Root members are this way," and that's their experience. If they want to say that, it doesn't mean anything, because everybody is their own individual person.
Sure.
If you're a part of the Roots, you're part of the Roots. Can it give you a bad name being a part of the Roots? Yes. Could you get a bad name being part of Future Crew? Yes. But that doesn't mean anything based on the individual streamer.
Mm-hmm.
So people that are willing to judge an entire group of a stream team based on one experience they've had, I think that is an idiotic way of thinking. Does that help you better?
Mm-hmm. Is that it? Nobody wants to go any further.
But yeah, he's like Maverick's right. Like it does, but and you mentioned it as well, Mezzy. By sheer numbers, if you are in a bigger group, you are more likely to be attacked for being a part of that group. Because if you are an individual, then it's only everybody's experience of you directly.
Okay. Does it? Okay. See, you're doing it. Okay. I'm good. No. I'm gonna get hated.
Right,
Rewind.
I'm gonna get hated. That's fine. Does it increase the likelihood that you will have drama with other people in your community, not outside of it? And we've already established haters going to hate
community.
the team. In this specific case,
Right.
the Roots team.
Inside the Roots?
Okay, not your own streaming community, like your
Yes,
your
in
channel,
the streaming,
not that.
in the
your
Roots
just your
community.
channel.
Yes,
Right,
the stream
you
team
mean wider
community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good talk. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. No, I'm trying to ask a difficult question that we as an organization.
Not a difficult question.
Well, but is it though? But is it not though? Because once we are aware, well, okay, I'll fucking make it more difficult then. All right, challenge accepted. No, like so when you this is why don't I have friends?
Back.
Oh, sorry, it's on my forehead now. Yeah, so you can tell I'm getting into it, man. It's nothing but my forehead. No, The reason I think it's a difficult question is because once we as an organization and as constituent members of an organization acknowledge that fact, then we have to figure out what the hell to do about it. How do we reduce that drama? How do we as an organization promote an atmosphere of positivity, cooperation, and non-drama? And so that's why I think it's not a difficult question to answer yes or no. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, it's for sure the case that the more times you interact with people. But to me, the difficult part of it is that, and this is the way I read your question, Noof. Maybe I read it wrong. I thought you were asking, like, you know, like, is being a part of a stream team going to prevent drama between the members or even outside? See, we could talk about both, and we have. But yeah, that's all.
So, I mean, go ahead, Nuff.
I dropped the name on. Okay. I ruined it. I broke the podcast.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's actually pretty interesting how you read the question. I think internally it can prevent some drama because you kind of in a stream team you get to know each other more than you would outside of a stream team. But when you see it outside of a stream team as you being part of a team, then it will most likely increase the drama than if you wouldn't be in a team. That's not just because the whole you are just in a team. It's more like the whole reaching out to people. The variety it's much more likely to get more people to watch you because you are part of a certain team. The more people know this team, the more people are likely to find you through their team and watch you. So therefore, it's much higher chance and it's also a higher risk that you might get involved into drama that you weren't even aware of before joining them. But it doesn't matter if it's just, for example, as Roots or whatever other stream team there is. There might be always drama being in a stream team. That's a risk we kind of all taking. And I don't know. It will probably always be like that.
Okay.
Indeed. Yeah, basically what
I broke the podcast.
You need to let Eldritch go first.
God damn it. No, but yeah, basically what have been said there, like in a stream team, as have been said, it will basically go both ways. It can be that you will be known as a part of a team that may cause problems, which will then therefore make it seem like you should not be someone that people should watch, etc., etc. And I mean, we have a similar situation in the goth community, for example, with the goth subreddit, where I am the head mod, and people know us outside for being apparently very gatekeepy. It's not a hard gate to jump over, but apparently it's really bad.
That pronoun guy is really given the reputation.
You're just screaming,
Exactly.
Go around.
Literally, we gave you a ladder. It's called the list of rules. Like, calm down.
Exactly.
Four rules.
Something like that. And it's just like, we didn't know that we had a reputation outside until someone is like, you know that you have a reputation of being bad. And we're like, oh, what? Why? So it definitely can have an outside perspective of rumors, so to speak, or interactions where people have had a negative experience or a good one, where you'll hear that you're either good or bad. So definitely can be both good and bad, so to speak.
Okay. Tarkin, I did kind of interrupt you earlier to laugh at you.
Sounds about right. I can't honestly remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's on me. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Anybody got anything left on this? Otherwise, we'll move on.
Well, just that I mean, inside the roots, if there is drama between root members, it is the responsibility to squash it.
Sure.
We're part of a team. We're all supposed to be on the same page. If
Sure.
somebody is off page just doing whatever they want, it is the team's responsibility to say, hey, dude, what's up? Why is this going on? What can we do to help it?
Sure. Now, when you
Part
say
of the team. What's
sorry.
up?
Well, I was just going to ask for a clarification, but finish what you're saying first. I apologize. I thought you were done.
Oh, it was just that if you're part of a team, be part of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody has their individual stuff, which is what we all should be.
Sure.
But when you're part of a team, there should be a guideline of, hey, this is the team. This is what we want our team to do and how we want to project ourselves. If you don't agree with this, hey, there might be a different team for you or no team.
Got you. You said it's the responsibility of the team to kind of regulate if someone's off page. Who's specifically? Just people in general, or is
in
there
general?
just
We're
in
all a
general?
team, and in the team, there's always going to be people that are closer with certain other streamers
Yeah, sure.
in the team.
Outliers
So
and
it's-
stuff. Yeah.
If there's this group, like in one small clique in the larger picture, if you have two of the people that aren't on the same page and trying to just go at each other for some reason, who knows what, and they can't seem to get on a common ground, the other people that are close with them can step in and help. They're like, hey, what's going on? What can we do to help? And try not to take sides. It's all about what's best for the team, the group, and the individual.
I got you.
So Noof, don't take any shit from a Mezzy. Just tell him to shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you
I
should
was
keep
actually
it
just
that.
thinking, and I guess I should say this openly. I may. Yeah, no, I mean, fuck all y'all. Anyway,
The end.
yeah, and that's the end of the podcast.
One and done, baby. One and done.
Do you? Fucking hell! Give me a second.
Breathe easy.
Do you think it's the creators who create drama, or is it more about rumors spread in the communities and the communities themselves? Maverick.
I don't think there is a leading cause. The fact that certain people tend to gravitate more towards drama or start drama. Some people react faster to, hey, this person said this, even if it's not true. So I don't think there's a leading. I think it based on the individual person is what can set certain people off. Some people love to just kind of be a jackass and put their channel as, hey, I'm a jackass. If you like watching jackasses, come watch me. And that already just starts drama. But some people just love the fact that they can watch that part of drama. And the people that watch that are there for that drama.
Mm-hmm.
The people that then respond to, hey, this person did this or this person did this, and then you go after it. That's where I feel a lot more negative, toxic drama can start from. Because you know what you're getting into in the streamer that's being toxic as part of their channel versus the he said, she said, and then it going downhill from there.
Okay. Yeah. Tarkin?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Is that a foot?
it's not a
Noof?
foot.
Oh, it's her hand.
Are you okay, Amazing?
I'm not that athletic, but thank you for assuming.
Guys, I was up all last night catering to a baby goat, trying to nurse it back to health. So I'm a cup of coffee at 5 p.m. I'm doing my best here. I'm sorry. Tarkin, I know I interrupted you. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all
Please.
good. Yeah, I mean, I would add just to what Maverick said. If like to the other side of it, it's like if someone is an asshole like that, they're going to seek it out. So there are assholes who are content creators. There are assholes who are viewers, and they gravitate towards those people sometimes, and then they create their own communities and will continue being assholes to other people. That happens. It's the same with you get good people who are good streamers and good people who are viewers, and they tend to gravitate towards each other. It's the same principle, in my opinion, that like people will find each other like that. Not necessarily all the time, but it tends to happen. naturally or organically, rather. So I wouldn't say there's a leading cause either. I think it can be either, to be honest. It just depends on the situation.
Okay. Noof?
I'm giving that to Eldritch.
I-
I would love to be the last one on this question
Of course.
this time.
Of course.
All right. I'll take that. Thank you. So I'm kind of on the same boat there as well. That there's no real lead cause on it, so to speak. I mean, we have some really big streamers with like several thousand viewers who just thrive and live on being complete and utter asshats to their viewers and in their games. So I mean, it's definitely creators that can create drama for their content, and then there's also the rumor mill, etc., that can contribute on communities and so on.
Okay. I don't really have anything to add. If the rumor mill's about me, I'm glad I gave them something interesting to talk about. If you have a Toxic Tuesday in your channel description, I'm gonna keep browsing, to use an old joke that I had. And yeah, you're one of those people who, it's like low-hanging fruit. It's easy to entertain people by being an asshole because you never have to regulate yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
It's easy. Living by a moral code requires strength, integrity, and other things. And Noof.
Okay. The thing is that it comes from multiple sides. It's not just it's either the one or the other. But like we've also noticed before, it's often like it's starting with, I don't know, something simply said on stream that you didn't actually wanted to say, or something you or any other streamer is raging about or venting about, and then the thing is going to be rumors are starting, and it's spreading like a whole bushfire. It's often like that, and it also happened to me. Like someone is like, "Oh, I've heard this," and then they're like, "Yeah, I've heard this, and also that," and it continues. And at the end, you either never hear something about it, and you wonder, like, "Oh shit, why are people unfollowing all of a sudden? And what the fuck is going on?" Or you hear it from someone who's really concerned. Dude, I've heard something like about this or that. Is that true? And then you just realize what is going on. I've had that problem once, that I wasn't even aware that rumors already started because I've did something that I actually never done, just because someone didn't like me, and they just started spreading it, and I was like, what the fuck? What is going on? And it was so weird because it got literally out of hand. It got out of control. There was no idea anymore who started the whole rumors. There was no way to find anyone to talk about it like a normal adult would. And of course, there were people or potential viewers who were afraid to even click at that channel because they've heard, oh yeah, she's a bitch, for example. And that's something. It's just crazy how it can spread and how far it can go. And that's really ridiculous on how it can go on. So at the end, the streamer or whoever has a problem sometimes doesn't even know how far it can go and how out of hand it can go in that case.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who the hell would call you a bitch, but fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody here in this channel, except maybe me,
Well,
I don't know,
back then, really,
is a bad
I
person.
was. I mean, I just started streaming. I just started building up my channel, and I was naive. I was literally naive. I was super shocked about that because I didn't really expect it. Like it was. I knew it could happen to me at some point. I don't know. I just expected it someday to happen to me, but not that early. Just because someone didn't like me, and holy shit! And then I had like a whole community against me that I didn't even know of. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's shocking. Wake up one morning surrounded by enemies, and it's like, what? What did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like guns pointing at you, and you're like, huh?
The fuck?
Okay.
Look, lady, your car was upside down when I got here.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't that drunk last night. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
And that's for your grandma. She shouldn't have mouthed off like that.
And that's for you, girl. Oh my god. All right, that's it for me as far as questions. I'm opening it up to you guys. Free form, free for all. Last thoughts. We've been going for about 2 hours. This is how I envision these. But you know, you guys can just all vote to end it now, or have maybe one more discussion.
I didn't know I was supposed to come up with questions.
I know.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to.
We had homework.
Well, I opened it up for you guys. If you, I wanted to be inclusive. You motherfuckers. I don't feel guilty about this now. Like, no, I mean it's an inclusive process. It's not just me or Noof asking questions. You guys can ask questions, and
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if that's it, that's it. I think we've had a good talk today. Thank you guys. I only broke the podcast once. # success. Great success.
Yes.
To our viewers who are watching, thank you for tuning in. My ideal would be to do this once a month. But, you know, obviously some months we might not. We need to figure out a topic for next time and see if there's anybody that wants to rotate in or out and stuff. But hopefully we'll get all that covered. And thank you guys for being here, both Noof, Father Eldritch, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Maverick TV. And thank you, viewers, for watching. Their information will be down in the YouTube description. So you can go and you can ask these people and make them feel awkward on their stream and ask them really tough philosophical questions about, well, you said your position was this.
And when you don't like the answer, just ask the question again.
Yeah, and just ask. Fuck you. Yeah, do like me. Just be like, I didn't like that.
Not what
so
I wanted, guys.
This question isn't hard enough.
This question isn't hard enough. Let me rewrite it real quick. I used to do
It
that.
didn't make me instantly cry. Try again.
Did we answer the question the way it was meant to be asked?
Are you actually
That is
asking
the
that?
question. Yes. Did we answer it the right way the first time or the second time?
Noof wrote the question, so she'll be able to say.
Yeah, you guys did great, actually.
Yeah, I think we all did. Yeah.
Gold star, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
You guys are all good noodles.
I just thought it would be a controversial and tough topic to discuss the fact that organizations, should they regulate themselves, and if so, how so? Right? Or do we just leave it to the mayhem of individuals trying to figure out? I guess I just kind of gave away my position, right? Do we leave it to the mayhem of individuals trying to regulate their own drama because they're so fucking good at that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's
Like,
no toxicity anywhere.
Anyway, I'm an asshole. Anyway, now I love you guys. I'll see you later. See you next month. All right. Hold on. Everybody say goodbye. I'll have to put this in again. I do this every time. I didn't realize we were doing a group goodbye. Okay, so everybody, group goodbye. Goodbye.
bye.
There we go.